Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly the Lufthansa Airbus A320NEO in economy class? In this video, we fly the all-new Airbus A320NEO. We get delayed by stormy weather. And we try the entry-level Lufthansa product for the very first time. And as a bonus, we see the Airbus Beluga XL in real life. So our journey starts right here, in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, for our 1-hour flight to Frankfurt. And so it was actually all in the news that the Airbus Beluga XL had some problems over Dutch airspace and therefore had to divert to Schiphol Airport, which makes from some very rare scenes. So after getting rid of my big suitcase and a quick check-in at the Lufthansa desk, it was now time to go back to our favorite place of this airport, which is of course the Panoramaterras, which is just a very cool place. So after a quick drink, and here is a little hint for the next flight, it is now time to go to security. So Lufthansa actually operates from a different part of the airport than KLM and Transavia, and therefore you had to walk a little further than normal. I was actually paying attention to flight radar, and therefore I just barely saw this Beluga in flight for the very first time. Although it was a bit of a missed opportunity because of all the buildings. There were actually plenty of 747s to be seen on Schiphol Airport, as you can see right here. But then something strange happened. So I thought this was my plane, an Airbus A320, but it was actually not. And at the gate there was a different Lufthansa plane, which was clearly not ready to depart. And my plane was nowhere to be seen, although I almost had to board it according to the schedule.
And your gate has been changed to C10.
And then finally it arrived from Frankfurt, but they also changed the gate, which meant to walk back all the way back to the other side of the airport. Alright, so they changed the gate from B31 to C10, and now I need to walk all the way to the other pier. And then we arrived at our new gate and we finally could see the airplane of today, the Airbus A320NEO. So we did eventually get delayed, and that was a bit worrying because our transit in Frankfurt only was 1 hour until our next flight to Singapore, and there was really no other option at Lufthansa, so we really had to hurry. And therefore it was quite a bit of a tense moment in the airplane. So after finally boarding the aircraft, which by the way looked pretty cool and was really promising, we got the following announcement by the pilot.
Arrival traffic situation in Frankfurt. There are some rain showers and thunderstorms in the western part of Germany. Therefore ATC has a limited capacity into Frankfurt. Right now our slot time is the way that we have to wait here another 40 minutes at the position before we can start our engines. I hope for an improvement, so fingers crossed, maybe it helps.
So as you probably understand, I really was not happy, but we did however have time now to review the seats. So the Airbus A320 being a new plane, it was actually really nice. It is their entry-level product, so there is no in-flight entertainment, but the seats were really nice and comfortable. So being the entry-level Lufthansa product, they do not offer complimentary drinks or food on board, but you can order from the paid menu. And then finally we had some good news. So the delay of 40 minutes was luckily only 20 minutes, and we finally could start our departure from Amsterdam Airport. So we did, however, depart from one of the furthest runways of this airport, the Boulderbaan, which took almost 15 minutes of only taxiing. But then finally we could take off from Amsterdam Airport and depart for Frankfurt. So and after takeoff we actually had one of the nicest views ever, flying through the stormy clouds over the nice Dutch landscape. And then we were treated with this message.
Today's flight has been selected for a test run. Therefore, instead of our usual service, we offer you a selection of drinks free of charge. Enjoy our range of services.
And so of course, after all the delays, this was quite a nice bonus. And therefore I started my journey with a nice white wine. So the Airbus A320NEO was surprisingly quiet, and we quickly reached our cruising altitude over German airspace. And after 1 hour of flying, we already saw the beautiful skyline of Frankfurt, and we're heading into Frankfurt International Airport. And so Frankfurt Airport is actually one of the last havens for plane spotting the Airbus A380, the Boeing 747 and the iconic Airbus A340. So welcome to Frankfurt and welcome to the House of Lufthansa, one of the coolest airlines in the world. And not because they have the greatest service or the coolest infotainment, but just because they have such a big variety in planes. This is the only airline that still regularly flies the A340, the A380, both the Boeing 747-400 and the -8, and all around other jets in their fleet, which is just super cool. And I really thank them for having the opportunity to fly the Boeing 747 before it is gone. And speaking of 747, this plane is actually my plane for the next flight. So flying the Airbus A320NEO from Lufthansa was actually pretty comfortable. And I have to say I'm impressed by the Lufthansa airline for being relatively efficient, and I think they did a good job in managing this delay crisis because of the weather. And so our next flight is going from Frankfurt to Singapore with the 747-8. So make sure to watch that video as well. And for now, I'd like to thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next one. Ciao!
Right, on to the next.